Ah, it appears we are almost ready to depart. It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand.
По-моему, чуть
You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
любит звук убавить.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
Oh, Eleazar!
George, glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this. Though I confess I may have miscalculated slightly on my first try. Gave quite the fright to some theatre-goers in the West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start-of-term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea! As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Ages since I'd been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks.
Опа, на это кто такой был? Warner Brothers Games. Кайф, кайф. Обалдеть.
Glad I caught you before you left for Scotland.
Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
New?
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other 5th years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the Ministry.
Have you seen this?
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the Ministry, I believe he is a significant threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the Ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly, to keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's that glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I. Merlin's beard. How did you...
Wait! We do not know. Hang on!
Неплохо, неплохо. Красиво.
Are you all right? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
Так, хиляться G, окей. Это мы запомнили. Пул здоровья, с нами один бутылек маленький.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Port key.
Вау, просто очень
An
неожиданно.
item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir, if you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
Ну пойдем посмотрим. О, вау.
How far did that port key take us?
Farther from London than the carriage traveled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
port key was meant to lead us there? I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam
Wow,
sent
просто
that
красота.
port key to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right, and wouldn't mind indulging me,
Так,
I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be.
Подождите, профессор. Звук. Громкость на 40, диалоги на 50 сделаем. Так, я думаю, нормально будет. По графике, что можем еще накинуть, пацаны? Почему-то не накинулось материалов. Качество тумана, качество неба, качество растительности. Либо может среднее. Тени может среднее. Текстуры можно ультра. Включить, включить, включить. Высоко. Блин, перезапускать, реально. Хранить игру.
Mind your step.
Where do you suppose your wife got the port key that brought us here?
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
Ancient magic?
Yes, a powerful magic.
Все равно громко.
By a rare few that seems to have been lost to time. Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the port key, but I am certain it was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
But sir, why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
Is that ice?
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing. Focus on the center.
Оу, вау.
Excellent!
Используйте камеру, чтобы выбирать текущую цель. Ну?
That was a bit rougher than I'd expected. Your wand work's improving with every cast.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ah, up there.
Опля. О. Изи.
We're close now. It's just ahead.
Это тут ветерочек идет.
Steady yourself. Reparo!
Вот мост просто возвращает назад. Как в фильме реально. Вау. Красота.
Almost there.
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. Portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
Так, на миникарте показаны вы и ваше ближайшее окружение. Это ваша текущая цель. Нажмите и удерживайте, чтобы посмотреть информацию о целях задания. Хорошо.
Professor, this statue...
This may have been his home.
Что нас туда ведет? О, там что есть?
That enchanted crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking? What's this?
Не коснулся
Professor
она?
Fig!
О, профессор Фиг прибежал.
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's
не
that
видит.
glow again. Like the glow on the portkey container.
Здорово, здорово. Привет. Че, мне коснуться нужно? Да, мне нужно коснуться.
What
Здорово.
in Merlin's name?
Что случилось? Ты нажал?
Godric's heart.
Where
А,
are
мы в
we?
эту комнату не
I don't believe it.
переместились. Прикольно, прикольно. Гномик спит какой-то. Вот этот сундук можно открыть? О, ну все, вроде сундуков нет. Ну давай с ним поговорим.
Hello?
О, это из Гарри Поттера. Гномы, эльфы, кто это? Гоблины. Гоблин-банкир.
be?
И может быть.
Just a moment. Ooh. Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank.
Гринготс.
Vault number 12, I presume.
Precisely.
The key?
Your wife's portkey.
Oh, yes, of course.
This way, then.
12. Это
Stay
ж один
close.
из первых. Если банк огромный, мы долго, наверное, будем к нему ехать. Как в Гарри Поттере.
After you. Keep your hands inside the cart if you don't wish to lose them.
Не родители лишиться. Хорошо сказано, хорошо.
How many vaults are there in Gringotts?
Hundreds.
Wow.
In fact, you'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts?
They are most uncommon. Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service. You'll want to take a breath.
A what?
Напад.
That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure.
Experienced the thief's downfall before, have you?
Heard of it?
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in.
я так и
We've
сказал.
quite a distance to go.
Вот мы и приехали.
Vault number.
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
Какой-то он подозрительный. О, у него красная метка. По-моему, у дракона была такая метка.
Professor, the armband that guard was wearing was glowing.
Like the glow you saw on the portkey container?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that?
We were just wondering about that goblin back there.
He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore.
Вау, у него прям отдельная ячейка, офигеть.
Here we are.
Прям вот один. Прям вот
When was the
один
last time
стоит.
this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of
Я
years.
хочу, подождите, перезапустить игру, боже. Перезапустить я хочу еще более красивые просмотрите. Ну вы поняли, короче. Эффект. Не эффекты, ну хотя да, эффект. Так, где она, Хогвартс Легаси? Надеюсь, примерно с того момента начнется. Надеюсь, врать не будет. Я вроде ресурс должны получать. Вон шейдеры грузятся быстро. И на моем прошлом компе. Я даже запустить не мог. Достаточно быстро грузится шейдеры, я бы так сказал. Хочу просто посмотреть, как будет игра выглядеть с трассировкой лучей. Так, вот это загрузим, вот она как раз.
What in Merlin's name?
Ой-ой-ой-ой.
Godric's heart.
Ну ладно, нормально.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
Вообще не лагает.
Careful now.
Ладно, еще раз проедем,
Hello?
что нам. А мы можем это пропустить.
Here we are.
Вот тут мы остановились.
When was the last time this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12 until today.
Сейф номер 12.
Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
Следуйте за профессором.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait!
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected.
Неожиданный
Let me
поворот.
think. There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps.
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Опс, сюда. Ревелио.
Revelio. There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
A door.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again.
Там сундук был.
I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the port key container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the
Revelio.
secret of this vault. Lead the
Revelio.
way.
Давай попробую пройти.
Lumos! This is no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
Revelio. I see something up ahead.
Нет?
What is it?
That glow again, but on the floor.
Ну-ка, давай коснемся.
Lumos! What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue?
What statue?
Он вообще ничего не
I
видит.
see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor. Revelio.
I presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait. When you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos. Careful now.
Люмос. Так, Люмос изучили.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection is turning towards me. It does follow the light.
Опачки. Сейчас будем драться.
Look out!
Protego!
Accio! Descendo! Levioso! Deposo! Deposo! Expulso! Levioso! Confringo!
Ай,
Protego! Levioso! Expulso! Confringo!
хорошо.
Descendo! Expulso!
Protego! Stupid
Deposo!
Давай, бей.
Protego! Confringo! Levioso!
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй.
Descendo!
Levioso!
Бэм, бэм, бэм. Чик.
Lumos. Revelio.
Stay close!
Сейчас что-то будет.
Lumos.
Опа.
Professor! Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Where am I supposed to go? What's happening? The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere. Revelio! Lumos!
Люмос.
Revelio! Lumos!
Даже они меня ведут. О, там еще один сундучок.
Ah, that's where they're leading me. That glow again. Revelio! Lumos!
Так, ну давай попробуем сегодня. Сейчас уже без профессора будем, походу, сражаться.
Revelio! I suppose I'm on my own this time. It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
Как уворачиваться?
Protego!
Применяй протега, чтобы контратаковать, оглушить врагов, заклинание остолбения. Оглушение враги, дополнительный урон. Окей, окей.
Protego! Stupid! Stupid! Stupid!
Бэм, бэм, бэм.
Stupid!
Бэм, пока получается.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
Люмос. Ой, тут какая-то статуя.
Revelio. Lumos.
Окей, го сюда. О, какой-то портал. Красиво. Прикольно.
Revelio. Lumos.
Вау. Люмос.
Revelio.
Вон еще один сундучок. Ну-ка, поисследуем.
There
it's a
you
fig.
are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
Слезы воспоминаний, может быть.
That is no mere basin.
Омут памяти. Да-да-да, как в
That
Гарри
is a
Поттере.
pensive for viewing memories. I wonder...
Да-да-да, даже такой нитью идти.
Follow my lead.
Он все это строил. Тот чародей, который был, типа, как статуя. Его друг,
All
походу.
is in place.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge. And the responsibility that accompanies it.
Это магия.
We've done
Хорошая.
all that we can.
Хороший омут
That's what
памяти.
you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed,
Always believed.
but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
I was right.
Ranrock.
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have them.
Убьет. Ё-моё.
I have no patience for traitors. Now,
Он
Where
убил
were
этого
we?
доброго.
I'm not
гоблина.
giving you anything.
well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
Ой-ой-ой. Га он нас откинул. Что, нужно сражаться, что сказать? Ой, что происходит? Происходит. Ломается. Ух ты, что такое? Колем страшно какой-то. О, это нас. Бэм. Вон там дверь есть. Успели переместиться? О, вроде да. Кайф, мы в лесу.
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both
Вау, как красиво.
wanted someone with your ability
Цвет просто очень красивый.
to end up here. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
Церемония распределения. Надеюсь на Слизерин. Просто молю. О, мы в Хогвартсе уже, лол. Круто. Синематик идет. Шикарнейший. Вау. Как в фильме, реально. Очень круто. И музыка прям кайфовая. Некоторая, по-моему, даже как в оригинальном Гарри Поттере. Но мне нужно в Слизерин попасть. Я хочу в Слизерин. О, что-то грузится, по-моему, Хогвартс прогружается из. Или мне так кажется. Да, Хогвартс прогрузился.
Oh, good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate.
Он просто изменил на мне
Now.
одежду, вау.
I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
Конечно, готово, как иначе. Нужен онли Слизерин. Ой, там уже распределяют пацанов. Это кто? Какой-то злодей, как будто бы.
Phineas, Nigellus, Black.
А, это директор.
Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Надеюсь, он добрый, как Дамблдор.
Fig, nice of you to join us.
The
Нет.
sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience
А он
I
какой-то
had
высокомерный,
left.
как будто бы.
If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
О, отлично, пройдемте.
I'll be in touch.
Слизерин, пожалуйста, Слизерин. А я буду что-то выбирать или типа меня это рандомом закинет? Я хочу по злому пути
Professor
пойти.
Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Уизли? А кто это Уизли?
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
О, легендарная шляпа распределения. Как в фильме.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain
ожидания.
expectations.
Скорее бы исследовать замок или скорее начать учиться? Исследовать замок,
I'm
наверное.
looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. I
Черту характера.
I detect something.
Вообще, главное не промазать.
A certain sense of... what is it?
Отвага, верность, амбиции, любознательность. Амбиции.
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
Правильно, правильно.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness
Жажда
for
власти.
power. Perhaps you belong in
Возможно, то место.
Slytherin.
Да. Слизерин, давай. О, да ладно. Студенты Слизерина известны своей хитростью, большими амбициями и жаждой власти. Вау. Я прям точно попал, есть? Все, мы в Слизерине. Все, уже остальное меня не волнует, мы в Слизерине.
You belong in Slytherin.
Кайфуем. Мы теперь зеленые змеи. Опачки. Все легенды были в Слизерине, все.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
Почему отменяются?
Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Нужно...
I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Ой, просто прогнал нас всех. Не круто.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet
Надо
you.
такие же усики.
Professor
Здорово,
Weasley,
здорово,
would you be
брат,
so
здорово.
kind as to show our new student to their
Попробуй.
common room?
I shall see to
пойдет?
it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Профессор Уизли, а
Nice to
кто
meet you
она?
as well,
Чья?
Professor.
As Deputy
Бабушка,
Headmistress,
сестра
it is
какого
my
Уизли,
distinct
Рона?
honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
Как-то Бёрн рассказывай, брат.
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can
Конечно,
be
не
quite
пугает.
resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password.
Блин, какая же прикольная игра. Мне вот
Aspiration.
прям нравится. Я кайфую с этой игры.
Very well. Aspiration.
У нас прям кот змея. Кайф.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big
Очень
day
важный
ahead of you
день.
tomorrow.
Да,
I shall
завтра,
be back
походу,
in the
будут
morning
эти.
to collect you for your first class.
Обучение,
Professor
какая-нибудь
Weasley.
магия
You're welcome.
новая.
I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Да, спасибо. Надеюсь, тоже хорошо все пройдет. Красота. Хогвартс.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Так. Короче, ел бы бургеры или баргеры. Что такое баргеры? Что у нас тут?
Revelio.
Тут ничего, Кико. О, тут дверь так открывается. Тут чё? А, это просто комнаты. Кико.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Нужно представиться, да? Ну, вон челли какой-то стоит с книжечкой.
That is not helpful.
Себастьян Селлоу. Здорово, Себастьян, братан.
Can I
Будем
help you?
дружить?
Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Давай
Thank
дружить,
you.
братух.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Это было
It was
захватывающе.
dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't
Это
mean
было
to press.
интересно, реально.
You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Нормальный тип. Что ты читал,
What
братуха?
book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every
Все
spell
нужные
you may
знания
need
можно
can
найти
be
в наших
found in our
учебниках.
assigned
Ooh.
textbooks.
Ты
Are
о
you
чем?
saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit.
Ты что,
That is a
братуха?
conversation for another time.
Чё, как YouTube-то
It was good
заходит,
meeting
смотрит?
you.
Да, намного
Good luck
больше,
today.
чем на Твиче. Даже на метро заходили люди, офигеть. Видишь, аж 4 или 5 подписчиков прибавилось. Намного больше заходит. Чел, чел, походу, говорил про какую-то запретную магию, может, Авада Кедавра? Ой-ой-ой-ой. Ой. Прям на Ютубе как будто гораздо приятнее стримить. Да, тут нету, типа, звуков, типа, приколов, заказа музыки. Ну, заказ музыки есть, но он, типа, только за бабки. За баллы там, типа, ну, невозможно сделать. На Ютубе мне намного приятнее стримить, как будто здесь и качество получше, картинки. И вообще как будто приятнее. Можно превьюшку поставить, там люди будут заходить. Ну, короче, не знаю, как будто кайфовее.
Might want to think that again.
Это кто?
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Мендерейс.
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
О, легендарные шахматы.
Checkmate. Told you.
Told you. Английский можно хорошо по играм
You should have
учить.
listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting
night.
tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Амбиции, конечно, да.
We handled
Справились
it.
сами.
And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly. Perhaps
Навряд
one of
ли.
these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could.
О,
Speaking
давай.
of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Мы ее обидели? Похоже, ты... Так, ты много летаешь?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Ой, я хочу с ней, чтобы она научила меня.
Are you a keen wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are
Ну,
always so
настолько очевидно, что
obvious.
даже
Why does
странно.
no one else see it?
Угу.
Goodbye,
До
Imelda.
свидания.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Правда, знакомство. Хорошее слово. Оп. Где Казахстан? Оминис Мракс.
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you
Он
entered
что,
the common
слепой?
room,
Куда он
I'm
смотрит?
guessing you're the new fifth year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
Ha! You're definitely in the right house. Do
Правильно,
let me know if
правильно.
I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here. Though I doubt
О,
you
здесь все
will.
такие добрые. Ты знал, что попадешь в
Were you
Слизерин?
expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of
Salazar
Salazar
Slytherin.
Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts.
О,
Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
О, здесь все такие добрые. В Слизерине
Is the
такие
new
добрые
fifth-year
люди.
Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Окей, иду.
Revelio.
Ревелио. Бэмс. Побежали наверх. О, здравствуйте, профессор Уизли.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've
Конечно.
been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your
Это точно.
unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your
That's all.
OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level
Стандартного
exams.
обучения волшебству.
They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Это круто. О,
Here you are.
это мне? Спасибо. О, боже мой.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a
В этом
fifth year.
курсе.
You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Оп. Оп, в подмышку и пропала.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Круто.
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
О, давайте, давайте. Давайте.
This way.
Made the mistake of leaving my
Сундук
I
какой-то.
certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Окей, пойдемте, пойдемте. О, мы что, даже бегать не можем. Ах,
The
ступеньки.
guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up.
Ну,
Why don't you cast
Revelio.
Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
эта статуя изображает Кельпи, водяного демона-оборотня, родом из Ирландии и Великобритании, который обычно принимает форму лошади с длинной гривой. Самым крупным Кельпи, о котором когда-либо сообщалось, это Лохнесс, я думаю, лох. Просто чудовище в Шотландии. Круто, красиво. Escape, открыть руководство. Ух ты, ёпты. Это ваш уровень волшебства. Опыт XP, получаемый в результате... ну это окей. Текущий прогресс прохождения испытаний. Выберите меню испытаний, чтобы продолжить. Собрав... Так, ладно. О! Меню испытаний. Возвращайтесь почаще, чтобы получить все награды. Нам награды будут давать за исследование. Это хорошо, это я люблю.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for
Revelio.
more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Угу. Пойдемте дальше. А музычка такая прям приятная, расслабляющая, как будто. Ух ты! Чел просто из двери вышел.
Lumos.
Видите, как Люмос красиво выглядит, просто освещение. Рыцари двигаются.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker.
Перемещаться.
Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Блин, она здесь 3D. Это разве удобно так будет? В левой части карты живут студенты, профессора. Здесь расположены гостиная и большой зал. В правой... лестница Хогвартса, чтобы продолжить. О, ёпта. Так. Окей. В правой части карты находятся точки интереса, связанные с учебой, включая астрономическую башню, библиотеку и теплицы. Хорошо. Лол, тут на каждом этом, короче. Вау. Большой Хогвартс, большой. О, мне нужно тут тэпнуться. Пойдем. Мне интересно на метле полетать. Вот прям над водой. Будут ли какие-то брызги идти? Вот по визуалу будет
And
красиво.
here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
I can never get enough of the castle.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Вау.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Не могу ее поймать.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both charms and defense against the dark arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Расскажите об уроках заклинаний.
What will I learn in charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard and a talented teacher.
Что такое защита от темных искусств?
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense against the dark arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of defense against the dark arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Что такое Hogsmeade?
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs.
А мы в Британии.
You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Я не пью пиво. Спасибо, профессор.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much
такая
to
добрая.
learn. Happily,
Хорошая прям.
your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time.
Мне нужно все заклинания
Judging by your
изучить.
adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings
все
and an
знают то, что я
extended trip
драконом,
up to
типа.
the castle.
Сражался. Сказать и не сказать. Нет, это не так.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Давай пока встань, сохраним.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of
Она что-то пытается
spellcasting.
разнюхать.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic,
Там
it
книжка
seems.
какая-то летает.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Конечно.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide.
И вам удачи,
It will be
профессор Уизли.
invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain
это нам
more
надо.
about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Это тоже нам надо. Так, ну что, профессор Фиг, рассказывайте.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now.
Конечно, никому не
We don't know
рассказывать пока.
where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good.
Understood.
Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Что развернуть-то? Окей, у нас есть два задания. По вашему уровню. Так. Выучить заклинание, да, Брюс? На хвосту. Заклинание. Ну пока ладно. Ладно. Правый, окей.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand.
А у меня что,
You'll enjoy
волшебная
Mr.
палочка?
Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Revelio.
Используйте зачарованный компас. Окей. Как мне эту книжечку-то поймать? О, лол. Фонтан в центральном зале. Богато украшенный фонтан с искусно вырезанными статуями обитателей волшебного мира, в том числе с каменными сиренами, обрамляющими основание фонтана. Круто, круто. Красиво, красиво.
Revelio.
Так, ну пошли. Вау, как тут красиво прямо изображен путь, типа по которому идти. Драконидзе там что-то светится, сияет. Чикс. Смена Локи. О, челы летают. Вау.
Revelio.
Какая красота. О, котенок. Ой, его можно погладить. Он еще мурчит. Кайф. Мяу. Мяу. Куда нам? Наверх? Го наверх. Чё наверх?
Revelio.
Смотрите, просто бумажные эти. Блин, как в каком-то фильме. Давайте. Чем-нибудь изучим. О, вон наши брателлы. Давай к ним.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
На отца и онай.
Thank you.
Как будто какие-то суши.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student.
Нет,
Have
не
you met
знаком.
Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Манящие. Что за манящие?
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Так, ну давайте. Попробуем. Так. Поехали. Раз, два, три, четыре. Опс. Сюда. Акцио.
Accio.
О, а может я так смогу эти листочки потягивать, которые летают?
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here.
Ну-ка дайте мне использовать.
Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an
занятие.
exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air.
О, мы на улицу идем.
After me.
В такой бы школе я тоже учился. Прям вот от и до.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. Hmm? So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Давай, дедуля. Строит на ровном месте.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Hmm?
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Почему я первый? Мне показали бы, как играть это.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward. Splendid!
Отпускай! Ай, там нужно было нажать. Окей. Тянем, 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 тянем. Раз, отпустили.
That's it!
Давай, давай, давай. Изи, 50-ик. Нужно где-то на... Оп, вот так вот, на желтый. Ой, я хорош. Я думал, типа, надо зажать.
Very good.
Потом отжать, и она отпустится.
But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Ой, мне нужно ее выиграть. Я обязан ее выиграть. Я не хочу проиграть
You'll
первый
be the
день.
blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Давай. Кто первый? Я или она? А можно ли выбивать? Вот ее шары можно выбить? Сколько, сколько, сколько? 30 выбила.
Yes!
Я покажу сейчас, как надо.
Accio.
Давай, давай. Изи, 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 брат, изи.
Excellent. Good.
Here we go.
Она собьет? Она собьет? Что делает? Что делает? Нормально, нет, не сбила.
That is how it's done.
Тут оставим на сбитие, если что. Я... Пустой. А, я...
Happens to the best.
О, нет. $80. Я уже ее не переиграю. Ой, ёптать. Чтобы ее переиграть, мне нужно, короче, вон тот шар сбить вот этот шар.
Accio.
Я фрик. Надо было сильнее делать. Не, хочу еще.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
Сбей, прошу, сбей ее. Она 50 их выбила.
There we go.
Accio.
Давай, давай. Отлично. Она не сможет выбить мой синий, потому что он прям вот на краю стоит, как будто синий. Сбей ее, сбей, 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 сбей. Ай, ну что... Хотя бы 30 оставь ей. Хорошо. Мне сейчас главное не заруинить. Пошел, 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 пошел. Нет. Я дурак, стой, молю. Да фу. Что это такое? Ё-моё. Все, я уже не выиграю. Пусть ее собьет шар. 30. Чтобы выиграть, мне опять нужно попробовать сбить. Будет тяжело.
Акио!
Вот сейчас.
Стой!
Не, это ужас просто какой-то. Unlock.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Если бы я выбил, у меня бы там остался.
Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my fourth year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Давай, поговорим.
Of course, you can use
A word,
Accio on
if you
humans,
would.
if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
Что хочешь мне сказать?
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Хорошо. Конечно.
Revelio.
Челик сидит.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Да, недавно.
You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about.
Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Thank you, but it really wasn't all that challenging.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be a bit overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I find Professor Ronan's lessons a bit more challenging than you do.
Хорошо. Приятно было
Revelio.
познакомиться и пообщаться.
If you try to study in the library, at least you can be assured.
Accio.
Оп, сюда.
Revelio.
Да, я могу их ловить этим. Кайф.
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves.
Ой, подождите. Теперь вам доступны побочные задания. Хорошо.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flat.
Oh, fight, fight!
Бежим.
Revelio.
Ты чё, братух, испугался, что? О! Это скелет ирландского феникса или авгурея, чрезвычайно пугливой птицы, которая может предсказать приход дождя, а ее скорбный крик, как когда-то считалось, проведящая смерть. Вау.
Revelio.
Так, тут вроде спокойно. Давай зайдем. Вау.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso?
Leviosa.
A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Ой. Левиоса. Сюда.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Оп. Манекен. Слепой аж чуть не упал. Так, ну давай.
Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
Давайте попробуем.
Remember, Levioso. Good. Well done.
Levioso.
Бэм, бэм, бэм. Бэм, бэм, бэм.
Levioso.
Левиоса. Бэм, бэм, бэм. Easy.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling.
Дайте мне Себастьян
We'll
сразиться.
start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Давай попробуем.
Levioso.
This should
Protego.
be easy.
Stupid.
Pace things.
Levioso.
Бэм, бэм, бэм. Себастьян, братуха.
Let's just
Еще раз.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Stupid. Stupid. Levioso.
О, братуха, ну ты попал, Себастьян.
Watch your opponent for signs to attack
Protego.
or defend
Stupid.
yourself.
Бэмс.
Stupid. Levioso.
Try to
Bams.
anticipate your opponent's next move.
Он упал. А, нормально. Вот так и должен быть.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Да, брателло. Ты что думал? Что, обиделся? Вот и пошел.
I put you on the spot,
Кайф.
and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Haggard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well
Sebastian.
done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Да.
All right. That's enough spectacle
Revelio.
for one day. Class is dismissed.
Какая-то книжечка. Что написано? Скелет гибридского черного дракона. Этот большой скелет дракона, который висит в классе защиты от темных искусств, предположительно является трофеем, взятым профессором Гекат после того, как она в одиночку разгромила одну из крупнейших браконьерских банд на востоке Уэльса во время большой облавы на браконьеров 1878 года. Хорошо, хорошо.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to
Да,
keep
так
things
и
friendly.
умрешь дружелюбным.
Revelio.
Спасибо, Бастин, братух.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Это моя первая.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Опа. Звучит интригующе, конечно.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Хорошо.
Till next time.
Revelio.
Теперь что у меня по заданиям? А ну пойдем. Крестим палочки, посмотрим, что это вообще такое.
Revelio.
Ревелио. Зачем? Изи.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Revelio. Levioso.
Что?
Revelio.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Мы два слизеринца, ты о чем, ёпта? Угу.
And Gringo. Is that all you've got? Gavindo.
Protego.
Gringo.
Levioso.
Come on, Gendo. Gringo.
Give them all four.
Gavindo. Gringo.
Levioso.
Mind the one.
Accio.
Bams.
There goes my wager.
What a duel. Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next world champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed wands victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
Конечно, загляну.
Revelio.
Не вопрос вообще, мне такое по кайфу. О. О, подожди. Ой. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Угу. Лучше вот так. Пока что. Так, ну чё, вроде... Красавец-то какой, ё-моё. Ого! Легендарные перчатки. Легендарная накидка. Так, окей, назад. Страница руководства. Сюда. Перчатки еще недоступны. А что теперь по... Что мне дали? Да ну и ладно, короче. Так, пойдемте дальше по заданию. 200, да? Гоу, пробежимся. Или лучше тэпнуться? Да, наверное, лучше... Тэпнуться куда-то вот... Сюда, наверное.
Revelio.
Вниз. Вниз. Еще вниз. Окей. О. Улица.
Revelio.
Фонтан в виде виверны. Этот фонтан во дворе трансфигурации с изображением виверны служит местом отдыха и собрания студентов. Несмотря на слухи, возможно, спровоцированные сэром Кадаганом, это, безусловно, не та самая виверна из долины реки Уай, убитая веселым рыцарем, помимо его воли. Окей. Мундук, ничего нет такого. Оп. Активировали.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are.
Так.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Ay.
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Что еще вы можете рассказать мне о лавке с зельями?
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
Магический рецепт?
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Значит, здесь действительно есть магазин Оливандера.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Хорошо.
Revelio.
Хорошо. Ай, тут заперто.
You can get all.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
О, приехали на.
This is the right area.
Got it. Все. Берите большое средство башни защиты темных искусств.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Ой, 4.
Accio! Brilliant.
Отлично. Easy.
I trust the preliminary...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Easy. Вау. Посты можно починить.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps
Repair
a
it.
jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Revelio.
Прикольно.
Levioso.
Сюда.
Revelio. Accio.
О, я так не смогу.
Revelio.
Какой-то этот. Отлично. Хоксмит. На очереди Хоксмит. Угу. Нормально.
Revelio.
This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Revelio.
Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Lumos говорит.
Lumos.
If I had to pick a professor to race against, it
Revelio.
I'm serious.
Accio.
Сюда.
All 75.
Lumos.
Oh dear. I shall get in trouble for this.
Is
Что с
everything
тобой?
all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day.
But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Revelio. Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Еще раз не понял. Какой-то толстый.
Lumos. This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special?
Статуя Григория Льстивого. Эта статуя изображает средневекового волшебника с заискивающейся ухмылкой Григория Льстивого. Он известен тем, что изобрел елейную мазь, которая заставляет пьющего верить, что тот, кто дал им это зелье, является их лучшим другом.
Lumos. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
А вот как это решается.
Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Сюда.
Revelio. Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Отлично, плюс мотылек.
Revelio. Accio. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Revelio.
Наверху сундучок есть. Там еще как-то сундук стоит.
Accio. This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
Сюда. 3, да?
Revelio.
замочек, там тоже замок.
Accio!
Вон книга вроде улетела. Куда она улетела? Это она?
Revelio! Accio!
Сюда.
Lumos!
Окей, портрет.
Revelio!
Вон она.
Accio!
Изи.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Lumos!
Пойдем, мотылечек. Изи зачистили библиотеку. Сюда.
Revelio!
Ай, спрыгнуть нельзя, жалко, конечно. Такс.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly. My aunt made some.
Круто, круто. Круто. Так, пока мы вот тут встанем. Сейчас я подойду.
It's your own fault if you come unstuck. That's what my mother would say. And certainly keep away from the Hogshead. Most untoward.
Hogsmeade's no London, mind you, but it'll do in a pinch.
I should have known better than to buy something from a child walking the streets of Hogsmeade. Little scallywag. Gold, they said it was. More like the work of a leprechaun. Stuff disappeared in a few hours. Such a moon mind.
All of the shopkeepers like me. I know they do. They always put a bit of something extra in the bag for me. I think they're drawn to my charm. Also, my parents spend a lot in Hogsmeade, but I don't think that's it.
To be honest, anything I could get in Diagon Alley this year, I was able to find in Hogsmeade.
You can get all sorts of clothing with Gladwings. Not just common wear either. I've seen rare garments there. Very powerful, I'd imagine. I can't say I feel the need for that sort of thing, mind. I'd be quite content with a new pair of socks.
I don't think a single student likes Professor Black. They may pretend to like him, but they don't.
Professor Black was terrible before he decided to cancel Quidditch. That decision was the icing on the cauldron cake, if you ask me.
Black only looks out for the purebloods. He couldn't care less about the rest of us.
I can't believe Black is still the headmaster. He obviously hates the job. It's not like he's short a few gallons.
Black is without a doubt the worst headmaster in the history of Hogwarts. He's not behind me, is he?
Do you think it's painful to be in a half-transfigured state?
I don't understand why people go on about banishment being difficult. It's only one incantation. Evanesco. There, that's it.
How rare a metamorphmagai anyway?
The food that appears in the Great Hall isn't conjured. The house elves make it.
The most I've ever been able to conjure was a single quill. Not sure I'll ever master that one.
I think transfiguration is the hardest subject. It requires such precision and concentration. One wrong move and you've got a grouse instead of a mouse.
It's not the written exam that worries me with herbology, it's the practical.
Don't you find it chilly in the greenhouses? It always surprises me how cool it is.
As a Muggleborn, I never expected to come face to face with a man eating cabbage.
Chinese chomping cabbages terrify me. Something about a leafy vegetable with teeth seems extremely unnatural.
My older brother used to terrorize me with a fanged geranium.
Don't get me started on how horrifying venomous tentacular are. Why we're forced to engage with them in class instead of just reading about them is beyond me.
Never seen devil snare in the wild. Would be terrifying to encounter, I think. I'm happy to read about it, mind.
Makes no sense to me why first years don't study Abyssinian shrivel figs. Why should they escape the torment?
How are there so many lectures in herbology?
I can't help it if I've never encountered a dangerous beast. When Howin asked me, I said I once had a canary. She almost threw me out of class.
And have you seen how these professors look at your clothes? Black looks at me like I'm a pauper. I swear the man thinks I have fleas.
I only speak up in classes where the teacher doesn't deduct house points for wrong answers. To be fair, I don't say much.
At first, I thought Professor Garlick might be too young to be a professor, but she's more than capable. Knows her gillyweed from her gurdy root, that one.
Wonder how well our professors did when they were students. Can't all have been top of their class, can they? Gives me some hope to think of, at least.
Do you think it's painful to be in a half-transfigured state?
I thought potions required precision, but transfiguration makes potions seem easy. Quite puts it to shame if you ask me.
Everyone knows you can't conjure food. Haven't you heard of Gamp's Law?
I don't understand why people go on about banishment being difficult. It's only one incantation. Evanesco. There, that's it.
How rare a metamorphmagai anyway?
The food that appears in the Great Hall isn't conjured. The house elves make it. Imelda Reyes acts as if she invented Quidditch. I don't think she's even that good at it.
Imelda Reyes is always arranging broom trials. She's only trying to top her old records. Such a show-off.
Madame Gagao is certainly strict. I thought flying was supposed to be fun.
Do we really need to practice flying on a broomstick? I thought that was the purpose of trains.
The only reason I'd want to play Quidditch is to wear those uniforms. So fashionable.
I'm far too afraid of heights to fly on a broom. What? It's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't see you racing about the towers.
I used to enjoy flying, but there are so many rules now.
Oh, I don't like how flying messes up my hair. Broomsticks are so out of date. I'd rather travel by Flu Network any day.
Can't wait till I'm old enough to apparate. No more falling off brooms for me.
We stayed up almost the entire night the other week talking about schoolwork.
A girl in our dormitory keeps getting packages of homemade pasties from her family. We shan't fit into our robes for next term at this rate.
I brought sweets from Honeydukes to share with the girls in my dormitory tonight. No acid pops, though. Not before bed.
She put a bow truckle under my bed, and I know it was her. She's looking for trouble, that one. Looking for it.
It doesn't seem right to me. Always encouraging me to keep plenty of Wiggenweld potion in my trunk.
I'm convinced I'm the only one in my dormitory who doesn't snore. I shall need a sleeping draught to get a good night's sleep if it keeps up.
We'd have more fun in our dormitory if the prefects would conveniently go on holiday. I wish the headmaster would retire. Let Professor Weasley take over for him.
I don't think a single student likes Professor Black. They may pretend to like him, but they don't.
Professor Black was terrible before he decided to cancel Quidditch. That decision was the icing on the cauldron cake, if you ask me.
Black only looks out for the purebloods. He couldn't care less about the rest of us.
I can't believe Black is still the headmaster. He obviously hates the job. It's not like he's short a few galleons.
Black is without a doubt the worst headmaster in the history of Hogwarts. He's not behind me, is he?
I'd like to see your parents' faces when they see your marks at the end of term. Perhaps you should work on your polyjuice potion so you can pay them a visit as Sharp and lie yourself silly about how marvelous you are and how you exceeded expectations.
I'd rather how him be teaching potions than Sharp. I don't like how often he mentions common poisons. It's like he's planning something. What? It's not implausible.
Oh, do shut up.
If you pay attention, Sharp has plenty of useful advice regarding antidotes. I think people are too hard on him myself.
Oh, everybody knows you're in remedial potions.
Imelda Reyes acts as if she invented Quidditch. I don't think she's even that good at it.
Do we really need to practice flying on a broomstick? I thought that was the purpose of trains.
The only reason I'd want to play Quidditch is to wear those uniforms. So fashionable.
Imelda Reyes is always arranging broom trials. She's only trying to top her old records. Such a show-off.
Madame Kagawa is certainly strict. I thought flying was supposed to be fun.
I'm far too afraid of heights to fly on a broom. What? It's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't see you racing about the towers.
I used to enjoy flying, but there are so many rules now.
Oh, I don't like how flying messes up my hair. Sometimes I wish I needed a new wand, just so I'd have an excuse to visit Ollivanders again. I could open wand boxes all day.
I have family in Einedale. Father wants me to visit them, but I haven't had the time. Or the inclination.
I'd like to do some window shopping in Hogsmeade this weekend. Don't have the galleons to actually buy anything.
Life is so peaceful in the hamlets. Well, when goblins aren't lurking around every corner, can't be good for business.
Beatrice Green from Dogweed and Deathcap is an odd woman. Caught her talking to her plants the other day, having a full conversation she was. Quite interesting, actually.
I adore shopping in Hogsmeade after it snowed. It's so... what's the word? Magical. Can't wait till I'm old enough to apparate. No more falling off brooms for me.
Broomsticks are so out of date. I'd rather travel by Flu Network any day.
Imelda Reyes acts as if she invented Quidditch. I don't think she's even that good at it.
Do we really need to practice flying on a broomstick? I thought that was the purpose of trains.
The only reason I'd want to play Quidditch is to wear those uniforms. So fashionable.
Imelda Reyes is always arranging broom trials. She's only trying to top her old records. Such a show-off.
Madame Kagawa is certainly strict. I thought flying was supposed to be fun.
Do you think anyone has found every secret passage in Hogwarts? Wouldn't surprise me if new ones popped up occasionally.
I'd wager Ravenclaw Tower has some of the best views in the castle. Someone saw a hippogriff fly right past the window once.
It's been ages since I've sent an owl back home. My father will be worrying. Perhaps next week.
My mother always responds to my owls very swiftly.
I never know what to say when I write to my mother. Hello, Mother. Classes are horrendously boring, and Professor Binns is still as dull as when you were in school.
I adore getting owls from back home. My father sends me one almost every week.
How many letters do you think come in and out of Hogwarts every day?
How many owls do you think Hogwarts has?
Owls must be incredibly intelligent to deliver all those letters. I still get lost looking for our common room.
It's always so exciting to see the owls come swooping into the Great Hall. My family loves going to the Quidditch World Cup. Father was on the Barnton amateur team for a bit. Been obsessed with the sport ever since.
My brother just started at Hogwarts as a Gryffindor. Thought for certain he'd be Slytherin, cunning as he is.
My sister will be home for the holidays this year. Hope she's bought me a new beater's bat. We're bound to have Quidditch next year.
Oh, my mother makes the most delicious Alahotzi fudge every Christmas. Can barely fit into my school robes when it's time to come back.
Professor Sharp asked me what the ingredients are for an Alahotzi draft, and I could not stop giggling. Most embarrassing. And appropriate, I suppose.
Do you think it's possible to spend time with any of the merpeople from the lake?
I can't help it if I was having a nightmare. Serves them right for talking about Letherfolds right before bed.
I tried to brew some Amortentia once. It was an awful disaster. I thought he'd take an interest in me.
There's not 1 week gone by I haven't had a howler from my mother. She's doing it deliberately. It's because I left my room in a mess.
Tried what I thought was a smoothing elixir for my hair. Oh, I think I was tricked. Smells like flora-worm mucus. Oh!
I'm convinced that Binns called on me in class the other day just to embarrass me. How am I supposed to know what year the flu network was invented?
My father writes to me every week asking about classes and wondering if I've made any new friends. I dread mail. Every time our owl appears in the Great Hall, I simply cringe.
My sister's always wanting quills made of whooper feathers. She's always after the latest fad. I've told her, a nib's a nib.
Do you think it's painful to be in a half-transfigured state?
I think transfiguration is the hardest subject. It requires such precision and concentration. One wrong move and you've got a grouse instead of a mouse.
The most I've ever been able to conjure was a single quill. Not sure I'll ever master that one.
I thought potions required precision, but transfiguration makes potions seem easy. Quite puts it to shame if you ask me.
Everyone knows you can't conjure food. Haven't you heard of Gamp's Law?
I don't understand why people go on about vanishment being difficult. It's only one incantation. Evanesco. There, that's it.
How rare a metamorphma guy anyway? I'd like to see your parents' faces when they see your marks at the end of term. Perhaps you should work on your polyjuice potion so you can pay them a visit as Sharp and lie yourself silly about how marvelous you are and how you exceeded expectations.
Professor Howin was carrying some pearl dust the other day. Obviously, I asked her if it was for love potion. Her face just contorted. You'd think I'd just beat her at gobstones.
Oh, do shut up.
I'd rather Howin be teaching potions than Sharp. I don't like how often he mentions common poisons. It's like he's planning something. What? It's not implausible.
Oh, everybody knows you're in remedial potions.
Well, I woke up to one. Wriggling its foul little tongue up my nose it was.
Slytherins are lucky they get to sleep next to the lake. Water is so soothing.
I couldn't agree more.
There's always someone snoring in our dormitory. One of the girls, too. And she talks in her sleep.
A girl in our dormitory keeps getting packages of homemade pasties from her family. We shan't fit into our robes for next term at this rate.
I brought sweets from Honeydukes to share with the girls in my dormitory tonight. No acid pops, though. Not before bed.
She put a bow truckle under my bed, and I know it was her. She's looking for trouble, that one. Looking for it. The food that appears in the Great Hall isn't conjured. The house elves make it.
Do you think it's painful to be in a half-transfigured state?
I think transfiguration is the hardest subject. It requires such precision and concentration. One wrong move and you've got a grouse instead of a mouse.
The most I've ever been able to conjure was a single quill. Not sure I'll ever master that one.
I thought potions required precision, but transfiguration makes potions seem easy. Quite puts it to shame if you ask me.
Do you think it's possible to spend time with any of the merpeople from the lake?
I can't help it if I was having a nightmare. Serves them right for talking about Lethergold right before bed.
I tried to brew some Amortentia once. It was an awful disaster. I thought he'd take an interest in me.
Professor Sharp asked me what the ingredients are for an Ali Hotzi draft, and I could not stop giggling. Most embarrassing. And appropriate, I suppose.
My
Так,
aunt made some
я
Amortentia
тут.
once, because she wanted
Что у меня по заданию? Снаряжение у меня. Перчатки. Угу. О. Шляп ничего не дали. Ничего не дали, вообще ничего не дали. Из этого то чего не дали. Так, коллекция. Испытания. Тут что-то выполнил. Окей. Карта. Ладно, задание. Полетели.
Revelio.
parents' faces when they see your marks at the end of term. Perhaps you should work on your polyjuice.
Выложил вместе. Деревянный кот. Эта деревянная статуя изображает Пангура Донна, бесстрашного охотника на мышей и преданного компаньона. Хорошо.
Revelio.
Оп, все, здесь какие-то колокольчики. Колокола три сестры. Колокола три сестры, как говорят, названы так в честь трех прекрасных, но очень крутых хребтов, которые величественно возвышаются над долиной Аргилширок. Ходят слухи, что когда они звонят в замке, их мелодия разносится по долине и всему высокогорному региону. Местные жители уже много лет сбиты с толку таинственным звоном. Плюс левел.
Revelio.
О, сундук. Тут ничего нет, да?
Fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Hello, Sebastian.
My new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Да, идем. Вот мы и на улице.
Revelio.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded.
Кайф, просто кайф. Играть
Speaking of
просто.
detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Revelio. Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Прикол.
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Это точно.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriff?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them too.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Oh, hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
Ого.
Revelio.
Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Places to discover.
Oh? Any you'd like to share with the class? Accio.
I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
Подожди-ка. Выки.
Revelio.
Шляпки-грибки.
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Далековато, бежим далековато.
Revelio.
Mr. Moon. He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new fifth year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
Huh? A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts.
Accio. Revelio.
А вот и Хогсмит.
Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes. Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
Деревня Хо. Свитки, да?
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Два.
An inquiring mind.
Здрасте.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda, student. I thought I might be seeing you soon. I am the proprietor here, Thomas Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course, and you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, seeing it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching. For now, let's get the spellcrafts you need.
Давай.
A potting table and a potion station, yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want when you want. Let's have a look.
Что продаешь? Ох, у него там рецептов сколько.
If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
Не, у меня таких бабок нету, братуха. Так, дальше у нас что? Дальше у нас палочки.
Revelio.
Merlin, blooming beard, not again.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Hello, sir. I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, about time?
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it. Oh dear.
О, начинается. Приколы.
Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you. Perhaps. Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try. Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated.
Прикольно.
How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
Так.
Curious indeed. How intriguing. Curious indeed. How intriguing. Curious indeed. intriguing. Curious indeed. How intriguing.
Бузина.
Curious indeed. How intriguing.
Так. Мощную магию. Стабильную магию. Широкий спектр магии.
A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful and learns quickly. Curious indeed.
Нормально.
What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future.
Спасибо. Спасибо, брат.
Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
Revelio.
Окей.
Accio. Revelio.
Так. Ага, мне вот сюда.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Ага.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. When I heard the bell, I thought you were Miss Lawang. Not that she deigns to come here. Though, I don't believe I've seen your face here before, either.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your service. And this is J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailments. You'll have read it on the sign, of course, but Grandfather always made me say it in full. How may I help you today? You're the student she sent me? I set your things aside immediately. I suspected if you're anything like I was at your age, you'd want your potion supplies. Is it not the most fascinating art, potion making? Rivals anything you can do with a wand, I've always said.
Are potions really that versatile?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as powerful. They can heal, destroy, protect. You'll discover all of this soon enough. As it's your first time in, I should mention that it's not just potion recipes I sell. I also offer ready-made drafts for all manner of uses, and I unveil new ones from time to time. Pop in when you can so you don't miss out on anything. But for now, let's get you those recipes, shall we?
Эдурус. О. Рябиновый отряд. Отвартыша.
Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Зелье невидимости.
Revelio.
Зелье Пепина. Магазин зелья Пепина был основан в 1753 году и является аптекой в Хогсмиде, где владелец перья Пепин продает широкий ассортимент зелий и ингредиентов для них. Хорошо.
Revelio. Accio.
Ну ё-моё.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Сюда. Эта тележка принадлежит Тимоти Чайлу, которым управляет магазином «Волшебная брюква». Ему нравится быть в гуще событий и общаться с покупателями за пределами магазина.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Ah, the dittany for the new 5th year. I take it that's you, then. Merlin's beard. Starting Hogwarts as a 5th year. You must be positively reeling from it all.
Not at all. I'm choosing to see it all as one big adventure.
Well, bravo! Not everyone has the temperament to take things as they come. Name's Timothy Teasdale, by the way, and this is my shop, the Magic Neep. I keep the cart out here because I like a good chat. Can't very well be in the thick of things if I'm hidden away inside now, can I?
I suppose not.
In addition to seeds, I have plenty of plants. Grow everything myself. My speciality is potion ingredients. Even Pippin purchases from me. But what say we get you a packet of Dittany seeds?
Ну давай, удиви меня.
Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Well, that's everything. Better go and find Sebastian. Revelio.
Сундуки какие-то на местном кладбище. Ай-яй-яй.
Revelio. Accio.
Окей, запрыгивание тут
Revelio.
продумали.
Accio. Revelio.
Снежечка летает.
Accio. Revelio.
Ну, вроде бы все. Здорово, Себастьян.
I officially have all of my supplies.
Excellent.
Did you get what you needed for your sister?
I did. So I suppose the world is our oyster now. Let's see what else we can get up to.
Что происходит? Вау, угол.
Bombarda! Draw it away from the buildings! Away from the village!
Просто жесть.
Confringo!
Levioso. Accio. Are we weakening him at all? Keep at it. We'll wear him down eventually.
Ой-ой-ой.
What was that?
A taste of his own medicine.
Nicely done!
Есть такое? Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй.
Levioso! Confringo! Levioso!
Levioso. Accio. Protego.
Confringo! Confringo!
That's right, you lumbering lout. He's faltering.
A few more hits should do the job.
Добить его, добить. Вот это было круто.
Goodness! A second troll! Did you two take on a fully grown troll by yourselves?
I suppose so. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Merlin's beard. Are you all right?
We are, and we were glad to help.
I'd say help is a bit of an understatement. Nerve like that. The makings of an aura, if you ask me. If you are unharmed, perhaps the two of you wouldn't mind helping me put a few things back to where they were.
Of course, officer.
Singer. Officer Singer. And thank you, again.
Reparo.
Oh, hello there. A moment if you would. I'll go and see what he wants.
Good as new.
Так, палаточка.
Lucky they didn't do more damage. Reparo.
Коробочки.
One less thing for Officer Singer to worry about.
Нормально.
Revelio.
Магазин одежды «Шапка-невидимка», основанный в 1750 году, имеющий филиалы в Париже, Лондоне и Хоксмите, магазин «Шапка-невидимка» предлагает широкий выбор волшебной одежды и аксессуаров. Мистер Август Хилл и его коллега Отто Тибл с радостью помогут всем, кто приходит в магазин, получить удовольствие от помощи тем, чье чувство моды не развито так сильно, как у остальных.
Revelio.
Да.
Mr. Hill was just singing your praises.
В отличие от заколдованных манекенов, которые студенты используют для тренировки своих дуэльных навыков, манекены в магазине «Шапка-невидимка» служат лишь для демонстрации последних достижений волшебной моды. Понял.
Revelio.
Ты о чем хочешь поболтать?
Hello, sir. I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to introduce myself, Augustus Hill, clothier extraordinaire. I should like to thank you for your remarkable bravery in fighting those trolls, and not to mention your help restoring Hogsmeade to its rightful state.
I was happy to help.
Frankly, you deserve an Order of Merlin. But I can offer you something much more useful. I own Gladrag's wizardware, and among my inventory are some unique items that afford certain protections, as it were. Life-saving protections. And as I suspect this won't be your last dangerous encounter, I'd like to give you one such set of robes, in thanks for what you did today.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. That's very generous of you.
It's the least I can do. Now, let's try this on for size, shall we?
Покупаем. Что?
I'd say we've earned a butterbeer or two, wouldn't you? Might help me forget that I was almost pulverized by a troll.
I'd say that I agree with you.
Perfect. The 3 broomsticks is just this way.
Подожди-ка. Узник Азкабана. Нормально. Легендарная. Кайф. Кайф. Так, ладно. Пойдем, брателло, дальше.
Assuming it isn't utter bedlam in there, you might even meet Sirona, the owner. She's a good one to know.
Угу. Знакомимся. Чё как?
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Did they see us?
I don't think so.
What was that goblin doing with Victor Rookwood?
Ranrock is working with Rookwood.
The goblin from the Daily Prophet. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Quickly, let's get inside the 3 broomsticks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a treat to see you, Lodgok. I shall let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you,
С
Sirona.
голосом.
You be well. Now, what can I... Oh, there's a face I haven't seen before.
It's my first time here.
Welcome. Butterbeer's on me. Heard about the attack. I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly. Glad to see you two escaped injury.
Thanks to this one.
Гана зарабатывает просто за счет заведения дает
Is
пацанам.
that right? Well done.
Thanks for this.
My pleasure. I will say, trolls in Hogsmeade. That's never happened before. Something's not right. The only brutes we usually have to deal with are... How timely.
Was that Lodgok I saw leaving just now? Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona.
Not to worry, Victor. Once the two of you leave, the caliber of my clientele will greatly improve. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Theophilus.
Come now. No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
My friend is enjoying a well-earned butterbeer.
Only want a quick word.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, my friend is busy.
One would think you all had enough bloodshed for one day. Come, Theophilus. The 3 broomsticks isn't what it used to be. Let's take our galleons elsewhere. Can't drink butterbeer forever.
Seems you've made an unfortunate enemy. Watch your back. Rookwood and Harlow are worse than any troll you might encounter.
Trolls, Ranrock, and Rookwood? What are you not telling me?
I promised to tell you everything, but it's perhaps best I do that later.
And on that note, I think we should head back to the castle.
Revelio.
Сюда.
Revelio.
Ой, не сюда. Замок. Ладно.
Accio. Revelio.
Оп. В этих бочках находится популярная волшебная выпивка, сливочное пиво. Это напиток подается в холодном, так и в горячем виде, и имеет небольшое содержание алкоголя, что, похоже, влияет на домовых эльфов гораздо сильнее, чем на людей.
I'm certainly glad Sirona was there. Told you she was one of the good ones.
I can see that. She didn't seem at all intimidated by Rookwood and Arlo.
I think you'll need to tell me why Victor Rookwood has you in his sights. But we can talk later. For the moment, we should return to the castle. Professor Weasley's certain to hear about the troll attack soon if she hasn't already. Don't want to risk another detention for getting back after hours.
Revelio.
Не. Я хотел там еще побегать. Было бы славно там побегать на самом деле. Так, новый день, говорится, новые задания.
Revelio.
Ну-ка. Медальоне, который вы нашли в Гринготсе. Окей.
Revelio.
Так, давайте туда. Ого, сколько идти. Идти так нормально. Пойдемте.
Revelio.
Здесь что-нибудь есть? А, вниз мне. Что? Не понял. А. Понял. Ого, тут красиво.
Lumos.
Так, картины и 2 балки. Две балки и картина.
Student to help me with my sad predicament.
Чего тебе нужно?
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
Haven't you any friends at school?
Not really. Natty said hello once, but not
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do, I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself.
Lumos. Revelio.
Нет, это где-то наверху должно быть.
Lumos.
Нет, это не тут.
Lumos.
И не тут.
Revelio.
Где тогда? Там пол должен быть пентаграмма ее просто. Не там. Не тут. Не тут. И не там. И не там.
Revelio.
Пол.
Lumos.
Ладно. Далековато на самом деле. Ты что, прикалываешься? А, все получилось.
Revelio. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Accio! Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about. Revelio.
X. А мы все дальше и дальше.
Revelio. Lumos.
Куча портретов каких-то.
Revelio. Lumos.
Ну-ка сюда, модулечек. Отлично.
Revelio. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Levioso. Revelio.
Лестница сама обостроилась. Же кайф. Красиво, красиво.
Revelio. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Ого, эти необычные доспехи были созданы специально для тролля. То, что они вообще сохранились, невероятно, поскольку тролли обычно не носят доспехи и по понятным причинам предпочли бы разбить их в замешательстве или гневе.
Revelio.
В этой комнате находится кубок школы, кубки по квиддичу, трофеи за дуэли и другие награды, вручаемые студентам. Иногда здесь можно увидеть вышедших за рамки дозволенного студентов, которые начищают серебро. Напоминание о ценности тяжелого труда.
Accio. Revelio.
All over the world come through Hogsmeade. You never know who you'll meet.
Награда за успехи в травологии. Это субнаграда присуждается участнице 7-го курса факультета по финду и Мирабель Чесноук. Знак признания ее выдающихся навыков в области травологии, ее успехи в работе с самыми разными растениями, от мандрагоры до бубонтюберов и прыгучих луковиц, превзошли все ожидания. Прикольно, прикольно.
Revelio. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Так, go дальше.
Accio!
Лол. Какой же Хогвартс огромный.
Accio! Revelio! Accio!
Дальше вниз.
Revelio! Accio! Revelio! I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Accio! That's the last of Zenobia's gobstones. I should go and see her.
Отлично. Так, давайте-ка к ней лучше переместимся. Так будет легче, как будто.
More like he doesn't like you.
Oi! Can you help me?
Hello? Were you calling me?
I was, yes. Thought you might be interested in joining me for a bit of an adventure. Following a treasure map, to be precise. Slight respite from battling the odd troll, I should... Asked Poppy if she'd be interested as well, but couldn't drag her away from... I found 2 maps lying about, both leading to locations around
Following a Hogwarts treasure map? Count me in.
Wonderful. Hogwarts fascinates me. You can keep whatever treasure lies at the end of your map. I'll be...
Where do you suggest I search?
Based on a cursory review of your map, I'd suggest some...
Very well.
Fair enough. Meet me back here if you find it.
Revelio.
Ну как мне к этой Зелебобе отправиться, не понимаю.
I'm sorry.
Ah, a rhinoceros skeleton. I'm on the right track.
I hope you've had more luck than I did tracking down my gobstones.
Hello, Zenobia. I found all your gobstones.
Really? I didn't think it was possible.
Common sense and basic magic.
Well...
Of course.
Oh, how wonderful. Now that I have all my gobstones back, I wonder if...
That's a horrible idea.
Why not? Gobstones are splendid fun, and now everyone knows... Very well, off I go.
Окей.
Revelio.
Задание. Мы идем вниз. Окей, примерно понял, как будто бы.
There's the fountain. I'm getting closer. Revelio.
I've always said that travel.
Так тут нет ни одной картины.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely. Rumor is that a former headmistress, Professor Mole, conjured them to protect. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Why would Professor Mole conjure flying keys?
What I heard is that it had something to do with keeping Peeves out of... He's a poltergeist. I thought they could go almost anywhere.
Surely you will be trying to...
I've tried, and I can't... Perhaps you'll have better luck. I'd love to know what's in the
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
Okay.
I hope you follow a few keys at least. If you manage to open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Еще раз. За драконом дверь. А, вот сюда.
Revelio. This stairwell looks promising. Accio. Revelio.
Do you find it hard to get the right consistency in a confusing concoction? I can never get mine to thicken.
Revelio.
Эта сломанная метла принадлежала селению Вертноби. Ходит слухи, что это все, что осталось после того, как она настояла на демонстрации своих экспериментальных чар лунной трансгрессии своим товарищам, третьекурсникам. Никто не знает, удалось ли это.
Do shut up. I don't know why.
Revelio.
Окей. Еще раз. Какие-то деревья, дома.
I try to imagine the
Accio!
Где замок?
If only
Revelio. Lumos.
Black noticed the scuff on his shoe the other day.
Дерево, понял.
This looks like the
Oh,
portrait
well.
from the map. And where's the treasure? There was a doorway hidden within the portrait.
Нормально.
I wonder what came of Arthur's search. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Опа. Так, хор лягушек. Здесь восседают скользкие, но вполне симфоничные лягушки, из которых стоит хор лягушек Хогвартса. Волшебные амфибии могут петь в 6 разных тональностях, держат высокие ноты лучше, чем большинство людей.
Revelio.
Подождите-ка минуточку. Минуточку.
My
Revelio.
Have you ever been to Kitchen? I hear it's run like a... Frankly, I'd rather limit my excursions to Hogsmeade these days.
Туда, по-моему, далеко идти. Давайте.
No, I hate being left out.
Ой, что я нажал? Ёптать. Она закрылась. Ой-ой-ой-ой. Ну ладно, пока на этом прекратим. Отойти. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел. Всем пока.